Today we're making these buttery garlic herb knots. You want to begin with 2 cups of warm water, 2 tablespoons active dry yeast, 4 tablespoons of sugar, 3 tablespoons of powdered milk, and 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Cover with a clean towel and let it rest for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, add in 3 more cups of all-purpose flour, half a cup olive oil, 2 teaspoons salt, and a tablespoon of thyme and sesame seeds. Knead your dough for 10 minutes, then add it to a floured surface. Pat it down gently, then cut into strips, and then cut those strips in half. You want to roll them out and tie them very gently. The less you play with them, the better they'll come out. Add them to a prepared baking dish and brush on some egg wash. Bake at 350 for about 20 minutes or until golden. Brush on your garlic butter, and you're done.
Let's make jalapeno cream cheese stuffed chicken breast. Start by slicing a pocket into your chicken breast. Make sure the bottom half is thick enough to hold onto the cream cheese. Season with garlic powder, paprika, cayenne, black pepper, salt, and a little bit of oil. Massage that in, and then for the filling, combine cream cheese, jalapeno, dill, and lime juice. Mix it all together, and a little hack, put it in a Ziploc bag, and then you have this piping bag situation. Pump it into your chicken breast pocket, close it shut, and then sear it in a high heat pan on each side for 2 to 3 minutes. Add some lime juice, cover and cook on low for 8 to 10 minutes. Transfer to a cutting board, and then cut into pieces. Add some of the oozing cream cheese on top, and enjoy.
Today we're making the spicy chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, as well as Chick-fil-A sauce, but 10 times better. I started off by marinating my chicken thighs in pickle juice for a few hours. Here I'm adding a cup of flour, a tablespoon of cornstarch, a teaspoon of baking soda, as well as a tablespoon of cayenne pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, salt, and black pepper. In a separate bowl, I added about a cup of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, you can use regular milk. 1 egg, a teaspoon of black pepper, garlic powder, and salt. I went ahead and grabbed my chicken thighs, dipped it into my buttermilk, then repeated the process one more time just to make sure our chicken is nice and crispy. I let the chicken rest on a rack for about 10 minutes before I fried it. This is just to ensure that our chicken stays nice and crispy and the flour doesn't fall off in the fryer. While the chicken was frying, I made the sauce. Half a cup of mayo, as well as a tablespoon of barbecue sauce, mustard, and honey. Give it a taste and see if you want to add any more of whatever ingredient. After frying your chicken on medium heat for about 10 minutes, it's time to assemble our sandwiches. I made homemade burger buns, so if you want the recipe, it will be in my next video. And layered the chicken with some pickles in our sauce, and we're done.
I'm going old school tonight with this recipe for Sloppy Joes. Season ground meat. When it's almost brown, add onions. Once it's brown, add ketchup, that sauce, and mustard. And let it simmer for about 10 or 15 minutes. Pile high on a sesame seed bun and serve with homemade tater tots. Look at that.
The best homemade pasta you will ever eat. Butter and garlic. Onions. Tomato paste. Mushrooms. Chicken. Spaghetti sauce. Parsley. Heavy cream. Cheese. Paprika, black pepper, oregano, basil, red pepper, onion powder, garlic herb.
Let's make easy orange chicken, just like the one you can get from the food court. Combine your cornstarch, all-purpose flour, some black pepper, kosher salt, an egg, and some water until you get a batter just like this. Add in your cubed chicken. I'm using some chicken breast, and fry it depending on how thick your chicken is. It took me about 5 minutes for mine. Now combine your soy sauce, orange zest and orange juice, brown sugar, and rice wine vinegar for the sauce. Heat up some sesame oil and fry together some minced ginger, minced garlic, green onion, and red pepper flakes. Once your sauce starts to bubble, add in your cornstarch slurry, and once that starts to bubble and get thick, add in your chicken, but don't do this for too long or else it's gonna get super soggy. And that's it, it's delicious.
I've been seeing this trend so much recently, I finally caved and had to try it out. The Chick-fil-A style Crunch Wrap Supreme. I went with a spicy chicken sandwich, cut up the chicken, cut up some fries, and assembled tortilla, Colby Jack, mac and cheese, the fries, the chicken, and the pièce de résistance, the chef's kiss, the Chick-fil-A sauce. Next, cut out a circle out of another tortilla and start folding it. YouTube has a lot of great tutorials, for the record. Now I seared it off in some avocado oil about a few minutes, got it nice and crispy on one side, and then the top nice and crispy as well. It had that Taco Bell look, it had that Chick-fil-A taste, it was so bomb, and always eat up!
We got some Mozzie sticks and an easy marinara sauce to go with it, of course. Okay, so for the marinara, whole onion, dice it up, over to the pot, olive oil, made like 2 tablespoons, onions in, cook that for like a few minutes, season with salt, and then few cloves of garlic, mince, add it into there, cook that down for like 5 minutes, add a whole can of crushed tomatoes, let that simmer away. Strip naked your cheese sticks, and you're gonna wanna get dredge, egg wash, and then panko breadcrumbs, and make sure the egg wash is whiskey, and then make sure the panko is nice and fine. Squeeze it with your hand and put it into the blender or whatever, and then goes flour, egg wash, straight into the panko, and go ahead and pack that in there real good. You want it nice and packed. I did doubles for a few of them, but I was running out of egg. I only had 1 egg left, so I only did doubles for a few. Double single still gonna be fine. Bring the oil up to heat on the pan once it is bubbly. Gucci gang right now, chopstick, 1 minute each side, flip it over. Mozzie sticks, you know they're ready once it's busting out like that. And then at this point, marinara sauce should be ready. Go over there, you got Mozzie sticks. Yes, sir.
Hey, yo, what's poppin'? Yo, everybody been asking me for a more detailed version of how I made this creamy Tuscan chicken, so today we're making creamy Tuscan chicken Alfredo. Alright, so boom, now you're gonna grab your chicken thigh. I didn't use chicken breast today because I'm not in the mood for titties, but anyways, you're gonna season a little bit of slap your mother, right? Alright, so now you're gonna season your shrimp, a little bit of slap your mother, a little bit of onion powder, and a little bit of smoked paprika, right? Put as much as you want. I want my extra smoky, so I'll make it extra smoky, right? You're gonna start by dicing half an onion. Now you're gonna take your chicken, put it in the pan, fry it, make sure it gets a nice brown color, right? Alright, so now you're gonna cut up your sun-dried tomatoes and put it to the side, right? Saute your shrimp, a little bit of butter. Now 4 more tablespoons of butter. Once that's done, deglaze the pan, right? You're gonna add the onions, the sun-dried tomatoes, your tablespoon of garlic, and so now you're gonna add 2 cups and a half of spinach and then 2 cups and a half of heavy whipping cream, right? Mix it up, make sure it gets a little slight boil. Once that happens, you can put a cup of Parmesan and half a cup of Romano, right? Put that in there, make sure it's all incorporated, make sure it's all mixy, right? Now you're gonna add your black pepper, little cranks of black pepper, right? I didn't have that much pasta, but fuck it though, we about to get into this, right? You're gonna put the sauce on top, put it all over the shrimp, put it on your pasta, you know what I mean? Now you're gonna put a little bit of parsley, like Newman would say, right? You're gonna taste for the people back home, give it a $1.50 with your mouth.
So I was actually waiting to get my COVID test results, and because they're really quick, I was challenged to make these pizza stuffed sticks in under 30 minutes. Now I'm making something called a 10-minute dough, and you basically just mix all these ingredients in a bowl, and then you let them rise for 10 minutes, and then you add the flour until you get a dough. I'm doing this to show you guys how quick it is to get your COVID tests done, and they're actually free with easy access for students. You might not know this, but 1 in 3 people with coronavirus don't actually present their symptoms, so it's always safe to know for sure. Anyways, back to the pizza dough. I just cut them up into these long wide rectangles, I filled them with some pizza sauce and mozzarella cheese, and then wrapped them up like this. Then I just brushed them with that garlic butter that I made and baked them until they were nice and golden. It was a bit of a challenge to get this done in under half an hour while the results came out, but that's it. Being in the UK means we miss out on so many of these cool food trends all over TikTok, like these KFC hot tenders, so let's make them at home. So we'll start by making a simple marinade. You'll need some buttermilk, hot sauce, all of these spices, then throw the tenders in and leave them to sit for a couple of hours. Now we can make the flour mix, so it's flour, corn flour and a bunch of spices. Now we want to make a thicker kind of batter, so take the original marinade, add an egg and some flour and then mix it together. And then to coat the tenders, you want to dip it in the flour and give it a really good press, and then back in the thicker batter, and then back in the flour, and then leave it all to rest for about 10 minutes before you start frying. So use some clean oil, get it nice and hot, and then you can dip the chicken in, let them fry for about 5 minutes until they're nice and golden like this. And of course we need to make the sauce, so take some of that frying oil, add some hot sauce, all these spices, then you can throw the chicken in there. My alarm just rang, oh my god. That just gave me a heart attack, I thought I was back in school. But anyway, that's the tenders, that's it, they were really good, hope you like it, bye!
If you're looking for a way to make rice and chicken less intimidating, you definitely have to check out my one-pot chicken and rice method. Here's what you do. You season up your chicken. I'm using boneless, skinless chicken thighs here with some bouillon and a little bit of roasted garlic seasoning. Use whatever you got, y'all. I mean, whatever flavors you like, it really don't matter. Just season it good. Then you want to just sear off your chicken thighs just like this, or whatever chicken pieces you're using. Then you want to add to the same pan, don't wash it out, your aromatics. So onions, bell peppers, mushrooms, beans, whatever you like. Then add in the rice and of course cover that so that it can cook through. Add the chicken back on top and guess what? You're going to bake it. That's it. You bake it and then you get this. Y'all, one pot chicken is hitting like bomb. Add some vegetables. You have a complete meal. Make it and thank me later.